Y'all, we are going to open a polish pickup swatch package. I know polish pickup November just ended, but again, y'all know how it works here with deadlines and due dates and all of that stuff. There is a few things in here that I need to get done sooner than typical. Hi, Jill. This was all sent to me by these brands, by the way, to show off to y'all. But hi, Laura. As I was saying, typically I wouldn't have polish pickup due until a little bit later in the month for the following month. But with Black Friday sales and Thanksgiving and holiday sales and all that stuff, a few brands are just trying to get their ducks in a row a little bit earlier than usual. So my due dates are a little bit earlier than typical. So I know polish pickup in November just ended yesterday. Hi, Mighty Forge. But we have December offerings already here, which I have 4 brands to show y'all. The theme for December polish pickup, I believe, is Maker's Choice. So it's going to be a little bit sporadic of what's in here, but I am excited to show it off to y'all. I have seen one polish kind of just because it came like randomly in a package and I threw it in here and I did see it through the bubble wrap. But otherwise, y'all know the drill. I don't look at this stuff until we look at it together. So I am excited to get in here. We do have our paperwork here from multiple makers, which is always interesting to have it all stacked in here. And if it comes like a page per item, or if it's like multiple releases on one page and then I have to slice it up, we end up with like these things. I try not to lose the paperwork, so it all goes in the envelope together. Yeah. So like I said, we have 4 brands. I've got Envy Lacquer, Glisten Glow, LynB Designs, and Sassy Sauce Polish to show y'all tonight. I am definitely excited to get into these, so we're gonna just dive right in. I do know that there is a thermal. I am prepared for that tonight. I have some ice water set over here. I also have a second hot water dish on a mug warmer, so hopefully it stays nice and hot for us to do that too. Jill is laughing at us. Hi, Frida. Welcome, welcome. Ooh, I just realized I didn't send this to the broadcasting group, so let me get it in there. If y'all are not familiar with my broadcasting group, it is just a channel here on Instagram where I post when we're going to be doing a live, because sometimes you miss the stories or sometimes Instagram doesn't notify you at all. So I just like to have that group too. If you want to be out of that, let me know. Yeah, let's get into it. We're just gonna pull stuff out. No rhyme or reason to the unboxing portion of this. I guess there we go. We don't need that package in my face the whole time, right? First we have Envy Lacquer. This is We Are Fucked. It is a super pretty red flaky bomb here. You can see those beautiful shifty flakes. I've got red to orange. It looks like there might be some pink to green ones in there as well. Super pretty. Of course, I love the name. It cracks me up. Very pretty. Makes me think of embers. Like, this looks like a fire. Super pretty. Next we have, I think this is Sassy. Yes, Sassy Sauce Polish. This is Rose the Night Away. This one is the thermal. So right now in our cool state, I am seeing a really pretty purpley pink shifty base. Hi, Melissa. Welcome, welcome. And there are some UCC flakies in there, as well as I believe black flakies. Where is Jen? Hi, Monica. Welcome in. Where is Miss Jen? We've got black flakies and purple. This 100% calls her name. Also, ignore the fact that we're missing peelies on my left hand. I was finally unpacking the last of the boxes in my office. So the stuff in my office is unpacked. We are down to just polish boxes, and I'm hoping in the next couple weeks to get that and get this wall back to normal, because it is driving me nuts. So fingers crossed. I've been trying to be really good about my PR stuff coming in and like making a destash box as it gets posted. I think my next step is to do that with the Helmers of things that I haven't cataloged yet, which again is mostly PR from the last few years. I have 2 Helmers of that. I technically have a 3rd Helmer that is glitters. It's mostly mainstreams, but I do need to purge it too. And then hopefully we'll start doing the boxes, because the box purge also has to get pulled off of my catalogs, which I have an app and a spreadsheet, so it's going to take time, but we're getting there. We're slowly getting there, and I'm hoping that I can get it done soon, because y'all, I really want this back. I am very excited. What I unpacked today was stuff for like my Cricut, because I do craft stuff as well. So my wall over here that y'all can't see, I finally got my pegboards back up. All of my tools are out. All of my Cricut design markers, my mats, everything is back out and organized. And then I have a shelf that I keep PR on, plus like knickknacks and stuff, and that is finally organized. So I'm feeling better. Things are getting cleaned up, but we'll see. Anytime I do get a little leeway on a project, like I get one step done and then it's like 3 months before I get to do another step. So we'll see what happens. Jill says, sounds like a good winter project. Yes, we will see. Of course, we have Thanksgiving and Christmas and everything in between. I've got multiple birthdays in November for family, and life amps up even more this time of year. So we'll see what happens. Next, we have Glisten Glow's offering. This is Ice Castles. Ooh, it is a really pretty, I don't know why I didn't throw that on the floor. That goes over there. Maybe Maple will come in. She probably won't, y'all. She's a little under the weather. We have a vet appointment Friday, and we are on the cancellation list. So hopefully we can get her in a little bit sooner. This is a very pretty pale, light blue. It's got a beautiful shimmer. I feel like I'm seeing some green, purple, and pink in that shimmer. Hopefully. Jill says, ignore my request. I will. Don't worry. To be fair, I ignore most people's requests because I feel like it's always an accident when people press that. So, but very pretty. It's very shimmery. It makes me think of Cinderella. I think I just automatically go to anything that's this pale blue color. Jill says, I hit the wrong thing. That's fine. That's what I just always assume happens. Next, we have LynB Designs. There's a little sneak peek of it in there. It is a blue of sorts. This one is I'm Your Dingleberry, and it is a bright blue. I bet this is going to be stunning velvet. It is just a really pretty cobalt blue. I'm wondering what kind of base we have. I feel like it may be a jelly-ish base. We will see. Oh, it's really pretty though. Very, very pretty. And then we have Glisten Glow's indie pickup options, or offerings, I guess is the proper word. So these are non-polish items. We have Glitter Grabber, which y'all know I absolutely love Glisten Glow's Glitter Grabber. It is so amazing for smoothing out any of your glitters, your flaky bombs, your reflectives, anything with a little bit of texture to it, or just putting on top of any polish to get a nice plush, luscious finish before you do your top coat. Absolutely amazing stuff. Jen, there you are. See, I didn't say it 3 times. That's what happened. I didn't say it 3 times, so I didn't get you in. But we do have a black flaky here. This is Sassy Sauce Polish. It is a thermal as well, so I'm very excited to see what it shifts to. But we got black flakies in there, so we tried to call you earlier. Boxes to the side, envelope to the side, and last but not least, we have our Glisten Glow Cuticle Remover and Cuticle Oil Duo. What scent do we have this month? We have Candy Cane. Jill says, Jen, she was requesting your presence. I knew that was a Jen polish. I knew she would come in after we opened that. Jen says, oh my God, it's thermal too. It is. I'm very excited. I don't know what it's going to shift to. Obviously, when we read the description, we'll find out, but I'm very excited to see that shift. Okay, so the scent is Candy Cane. I don't know that we need to read the description for this one first because I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory, but we're going to get her twisted up and smell it. I am going to also oil up with it because my hands need some moisturizing right now, especially with unpacking stuff today. Ooh, y'all. Hi, Jackie. Welcome in. Ooh, it is pepperminty. We're going to do both hands. We are, because I need it. Here is your invitation to grab your favorite oil and oil up too while we are doing this. So it's called Candy Cane, and it is Candy Cane, yeah. Jen says it's more complex than just Candy Cane. It is. It is not like just straight up peppermint. There is definitely the sweet tone from the Candy Cane in there. And it almost has like maybe a little bit of a vanilla plush kind of scent to it. It is a iconic Christmas scent, but it's not in your face peppermint. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, there's mint there. Peppermint is in there, but it's not slamming me in the face. It's very nice. And there's something else to it, a warm tone of some sort. I know when I read the description, like they'll all make sense. Did you just move? I feel like properly and tardy for the party. So I moved into this house in February last year, and I am still trying to unpack my polishes. They were like low priority because we were doing renos and stuff, and we're trying to get back into a swing of work things. Plus, we've just had the craziest life. Pretty much just every time something goes right, something else goes wrong. Our shop has been like amped up time 1,000 this year. Business has just been crazy. We are now up to 8 employees. We dealt with raccoon catching this summer and a truck hitting the building, and some crazy theft, and it's just been crazy on top of our normal life, which is always crazy too, and family stuff. So my polish has taken the back burner on being unpacked, but I'm working on it, y'all, I promise. I also, because I have this like in my head, this giant project of purging a lot of polish, because I know I have tons and tons that I just don't use anymore, and I would rather get to people who will use it and love it, and make room for the other stuff that I have coming in all the time. So I want to do that, but it's a giant project of purging what I have. Everything I currently had was cataloged, so then I have to decatalog plus destashing, and like, it's just been nuts. It's been nuts. So hopefully that project will get done soon. Congrats, and yeah, I'm tardy. No, you're fine, Monica, you're fine, but thank you. Jill says, legit, Chelsea has a crazy life. Raccoons, yes, the raccoons, y'all. 7 raccoons. Crazy. And now anytime I see something raccoon related, I have to have it. Like raccoon shirts, raccoon earrings. I'm trying really hard not to be like the crazy raccoon lady, but like it just cracks me up. So I do have a lot of small raccoon items now, especially shirts. Like that's a big thing because I will wear those. And I just got these raccoon earrings that are made by a local artist. Like she hand drew the images and then made the earrings. And I absolutely love them. I'm so excited to wear them. Actually, I did wear them recently because I got a new raccoon shirt I wore them with. But anyways, yes, all the raccoon stuff. Monica says, LOL, raccoons over possums. Yes, I agree, raccoons over possums, but I don't know how possums smell. And let me tell you, raccoons in July during a heat wave do not smell good. So I'm not sure which one would have been better in that case. Also, raccoons are very angry little critters. Like they're cute, especially the little babies we had, but they were very, very angry. So I don't know which one would actually be better to catch and release, but we did raccoons, and hopefully I never have to find out about possums. Okay, so we smelled the Glisten Glow cuticle oil. Let's read the official description for it here. Let's see if that's the polish. That's a glitter grabber. Okay, the official description: a cool minty blend of peppermint, spearmint, and vanilla sugar. So I was right on vanilla and there being a sugary warm tone back there. And then it has its spearmint as well as the peppermint in it. It's been a few minutes now. I would say a lot of the mint aspect is gone, and I'm kind of just left with the like warm sugary-ish of it. Again, not super strong, not super overpowering. I think if I were to put this on in like a store, I don't think the person behind me in line would like notice it. So hopefully not too strong for those around you or those who might have sensitivity. But again, you know your sensitivities. So in my case, I don't think it would be that strong. The duo is going to be $12.50. There is no cap on it. You get the candy cane cuticle oil as well as the cuticle remover, which is unscented. Y'all, if you have not tried Glisten Glow's cuticle remover, it is the best thing out there. I used to use, I don't even think I have it. I don't even think it's sitting in front of me. I used to grab it. Ooh, yes, I do. Okay. So I used to use, I'm not gonna lie, I used to use Sally Henson's, this little thing. It has this dropper applicator. This is a pain in the butt. This stinks for getting it on your hands. It gets all over your skin, which is not good for that. Is a pain in the butt. Hi, Sakura Nails. Welcome in. This is amazing. It's got your cuticle oil. It's the same kind of brush that you use on your cuticle oils. You twist it up and then you can get it right up in there really good where you want it. Let it set for a minute. Use your favorite cuticle pusher or tool. I like to use this metal one here, and just gently push your cuticles back. and then wash it with soap and water and follow up with your cuticle oil. I use this anytime I am trying to get my nails all nice and pretty and prepped for swatching. I absolutely love the ability on this, like the movability. It's just so easy to get it where you want it. Hi, Leslie. Yeah, it's just fantastic for actually getting it in the right places. It also can take away a little bit of the staining on your nails. So if you're having trouble with that, you can try a little bit of this. Again, be very gentle when scrubbing your nails so that you don't hurt your nail beds. But fantastic stuff. And the cuticle oil, obviously top notch, plus just smells really good. It is very much a holiday scent. So again, that is $12.50 with no cap for the duo. And then their glitter grabber, which, like I said, is perfect for smoothing any glitter, texture, flaky, anything like that. You can also put it over whatever normal polish you want, and it's just going to add an extra plump and juicy vibe to it. This will be available. It's going to be $10 with no cap. So those are the Glisten Glow indie pickup items. I don't think I said this polish pickup wish listing will start on the 30th of November, so the end of this month. And then sale runs December 5th through the 8th. So mark your calendars, put it in your phone, save the date, all those things. I know with the holidays, it's kind of hard. So we're right at the beginning of December. And then you should start to read your stuff towards the beginning of January because, of course, it is a pre-order. But you'll get stuff in plenty of time. So, yes, those are Glisten Glow's indie pickup items. And Jill says, yes, game changer. Yes, the glitter grabber is absolutely amazing. You want to put this on. It'll fill in all the nooks and crannies in your polishes, and then follow it up with a glossy top coat of your choosing just to add that last final protection and glossy, thick, juicy to it. Melissa says, I still use the blue bottle stuff. It might be time for a change. As you can see, Melissa, I didn't even finish mine. Like, there is still stuff in this bottle, but I received one of Jill's cuticle removers in PR. I did it live on my cuticles, and y'all, it was so easy to use. This is all I use. This just, I didn't even think it was still sitting on my desk. It's in like a brush holder, which is the only reason it's still there. And I guess as a backup in case I ever run out of Glisten Glows. But I just, this, to me, this is a mess. It's a pain. I don't love it. I also feel like I get this all over my finger instead of just a cuticle, which then, of course, it's designed to, we're going to say, eat away your skin. I mean, that's a bit abrasive, but it is. So it's going to dry out your fingers a lot more than if you can use this and be very precise in where you're putting it. So that's my opinion, Melissa. I definitely recommend it. And for $12.50 to try it, plus you get the cuticle oil. So if you don't love it, you still have the oil to use, which you're going to love the oil, y'all. I still think you'll love this, but my 2 cents on it. Let's see. Jill says, yay. It's in our store. We also sell a 1 ounce bottle of cuticle remover with a dropper. Oh, I didn't know that, Jill. So very cool. Jen says, it's all I use as well. Yes, it's amazing. Again, I will not go back to that because it's just a lot messier to use than this. I prefer this applicator to anything. So again, my 2 cents on it. Take it as you will. Let's flip y'all around and we'll get into the actual swatches. We've got 4 polishes to go through tonight. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, what did y'all, I've been doing lives for how many years, and I did not know there was a turn off your camera button. That's what I just did. I didn't know you could do that. I did that. That's weird. I don't know why you'd want to do that. All right, let me zoom in just a smidgen. Here is tonight's info sheet for anyone who wants to screenshot that. Jen says, I used to use Red Cross. It's legit liquid, super messy. Ooh, yeah, I can't imagine that. This one, the Sally Hansen is like, I mean, it's pretty liquidy. I don't think you can really see about it. It's got a little gel feel to it, but it really is liquidy, where Glisten Glows is more of a gel texture. All right, I did go ahead and write these in alphabetical order tonight. I'm going to do Sassy Sauce first, though, because it's that thermal, and I want it to get it nice and dry so we can do our dip in the hot and cold water at the end. So we will be doing Sassy Sauce first. I just wrote this alphabetical because it felt like the thing to do. I don't really know that there is the correct order here. I'm still very much new to doing box sale lives here. I don't really know how to word that. But yeah, okay, so let's go with Sassy Sauce first, again, so we can do our dipping at the end. Melissa's got to jump off grocery shopping. Excuse me, y'all. No worries, Melissa. I will have it posted here and on YouTube if you want to catch the replay. You know the drill. If you do watch replay, leave me a comment. You know I like to chat. I do respond to all comments. Let me know which one is your favorite. Jen says, adulting, right? Jill says, have fun shopping. You know, maybe you enjoy it. I do not. We do HelloFresh, so we don't have to go to the store ever. I shouldn't say ever. When we run out of milk, we go to the store. All right, here is our Sassy Sauce offering. This is Rosé the Night Away. It is, as I said, it's a thermal. Its full description is a purple cold to orange, red, gold, green shimmer warm with black and ghost flakies to twinkle the night away. It was inspired by a bottle of rosé, and it was named by Mary Sandberg. It's going to be $13.50 with a cap of 500 of these. Those beautiful flakies in there. Melissa, nope, it's a necessary evil. Later. Have a good night, Melissa. Jen says chunky flakes. Yes, look at those flakes in there. I'm very excited to see this warm. We're going to do it on an individual swatch stick because it's just way easier to dip in the hot and cold water that way. That, again, will change the opacity level just a little bit. Y'all, I cannot get this open. I oiled up too much. That Glisten Glow oil made me too slippery. All right, we're in. We got it. What does the cap mean? Okay, so the cap has a thermal label on it, so it's just letting you know that this is a thermal polish. It's going to react with the temperature of your body, whether you're hot or cold. Jill says, how many polishes are available? This one will have 500 available. There's a cap of 500 polishes. It's priced at $13.50. Also, Miss Jill, I don't have your cap. I just have a TBA. So if you have a number, let me know and I will change our info form there. All right, we're going in with our first coat of Rosé the Night Away. Look at those black flakies in there, Miss Jen. Yo, what did I get on my hand? I know that ain't polish. Okay, that's weird because it just came off. I don't know what's happening. Okay. All right. I got you, Monica. You just happened to ask what the polish cap meant at the same time that Jill wanted the polish for sale cap. So for now, it's TBA around 200 or so. I have to see how much I have made. Okay. All right, so y'all are in the know here that it is a to be announced cap, but in theory, it's around 200. I feel like this is already starting to transition. Hi, Pickle Loves Polish. My hands are quite warm. We are going from purple to orange, red, gold, green shimmer is what this says. So I feel like it's going to be more of like a clear-ish base with that shimmer once we dip in the hot. But you can see the beautiful shiftiness of that background and then those flakies. I feel like we're not focusing. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more. There we go. Of course, we're on the clear swatch stick, so our opacity level is going to be a lot lower. I feel like a second coat will do it without a problem, but we will see as we build up for sure. Very pretty, very shifty. Again, it is a thermal. We will do the dip at the very end, so it has time to dry. But that was our first coat of Sassy Sauce Polish Rosé the Night Away. I'm going to set that up out of view so I don't stick my arm in it, because y'all know I will stick my arm in it. And then we're going to grab our swatch wheel to continue on here. Next, I'm going to go into Envy Lacquer's polish offering. This one is We're Fucked. It is inspired by the album art of We Are Fucked, and I meant to do research on what band that is, and I did not. Totally spaced on that one. But it is described as a red jelly base with black and red shifting flakies. It's gonna be, I wrote the price down. I didn't write it on my info sheet. Okay, it's gonna be $13 with a cap of 300 of them. Jill says, LOL. Jen says, holy, with some star eyes. Isn't it pretty? Look at them big flakes in there. Very shifty. Another one with black flakies in it for you. It just makes me think of a fire. It's just embers. Ooh, look at that big old flake, y'all. I want that on my nail. Super duper shifty. Let's get it on our swatch wheel so we can see it out of the bottle. And here we go. Yes. Okay. It is definitely a jelly base as it's stated. So we're going to want to build it up in a second coat. It's going to have that fun squishy vibes. But you can see those flakes shift in there. Opacity level, I think 2 coats will be totally fine. Jill says pretty. Jen says, oh my goodness. Yes, it's really pretty. Super flaky. Monica sent a heart eye emoji. Also, y'all, I still never know if Instagram's comments are working, so we're just going to narrate all of the comments. As normal, say what you will. It's going to come out of my mouth because the filter doesn't connect to reading before it comes out of my mouth. I don't know where Jess is because y'all know she would be wild in those comments right now. This is really pretty. Super shift. I love how the big flakes pick up the light there. Again, this one will be $13 with a cap of 300 available. All right, so that was 1 coat of We Are Fucked from Envy Lacquer. Next, because I am doing sort of alphabetical here, we're going to go into our Glisten Glow offering, which is Ice Castles. And I moved my paper. Where is my description? Nope, glitter grabber. Okay, description. Ice Castles is a smoky blue based jelly polish loaded with shimmer that shifts purple, light pink, and yellow and green at extreme angles, which you can see that green at the very edge of our bottle. Frida says, I'm not really a red person. Well, I am because I have rosacea, but this is gorgeous. Yeah, I feel you on that, Frida. I don't typically wear a lot of reds. I think the flakies in this just kind of deepen it a bit more. So it's a little bit on the darker, moody side versus just a bright red. Jill says, LOL, same. Jen says this one is fantastic. It really is pretty. It's very icy and very shifty. You can see all the colors they described in there. You've got the purple and the pink, and then it goes to the yellow there at the edge, and then we get the very green just at that extreme angle. Jill says, Jen, yay, I'm glad you love Ice Castles. It's very pretty. I'm excited to see it. Monica says, pretty. Let's get a coat on our swatch wheel here. Very frosty. Definitely a winter blue. Girl, get out of there. There's a fuzzy. All right, I got it. Yes, very, very shifty. Jill says, it's frozen like Ice Castles. Yes, it is. Jen says she does like it. It's very opaque for the shade. I was just going to say that. Like, that 1 coat, y'all, it's pretty opaque in 1. We'll definitely do 2. I know that Jill and Jen are both chronic 3-coaters. I am impatient, and I will be happy with 2 coats of just about anything if I can stop. Jill says yes, and with blue hearts, because it is a very blue polish. Now, you can see all those beautiful colors. Again, you can see the purple to the pink, and then the yellow, and then extreme angles, a hint of green. I am going to turn down our lighting so we can see it in some low lighting here, and just see that shift there as well. I feel like it has even more of an icy vibe like that. I do think we're only pulling the purple and pink, and we kind of lose the yellow in the lower lighting. But I very much feel like we're going to be opaque in 2. Let's Let's turn that light back up. Jen says, LOL, chronic 3-coater. Yeah, I don't know. That was just what popped out of my mouth, Jen. I just know that you are a typical 3-coater. How about that? Is a typical 3-coater better than chronic? Hi, Crystal. Welcome in. Did we interrupt dinner again? What are we having tonight? Jill says, yes, love it. It is so pretty. It's very shifty. She says, yes, it should be opaque in 2. So that was our first coat of Ice Castles from Glisten Glow. And then our last polish offering is from LynB Designs. We have I'm Your Dingleberry. I am obsessed with this name. It is described as a blackened plum base with blue to purple shifting shimmer. Crystal says, yes, I'm late trying to add products to the website. No stress. You're totally fine. Jen says, I only used 2 coats for Ice Castles on her swatches. Good to know. Crystal says, hi, Jill. How are you? Jen says, Crystal's having dinner. I'm in bed just trying to stay warm and not snore. Well, I mean, if you snore, you snore. I'm sure Jaren snores. Dinner is chicken, potatoes, and carrots. Ooh, that sounds yummy. All right, let's get a coat of I'm Your Dingleberry on. I did think when we opened this up, I mentioned I thought it was going to be a deeper base, and it does say it is a blackened plum. So excited to see what that means out of the bottle. Okay, we definitely have more of a purple tone out of the bottle. And then that blue shift to it just glows. Oh, polish on the finger. It's official live. Jill says, I don't really snore anymore since losing weight. Yes, exactly. I am with you. I only snore if I'm sick. Kevin doesn't snore anymore because we bought a Sleep Number adjustable bed and I just turn him into a taco. All right, opacity level in 1. I really like that. I think our second coat is going to add to that glowy blue purple shimmer. I think it's just going to have way more of a depth to it. So I'm excited to see it in its second coat. It's very shifty, very glowy. I think this one's going to be stunning matte. If you are a matte fan, I do always do matte shots of my swatches as well. So I will be sure to post that. Jill says, yes, Jaren snores like crazy. I believe it. I feel like every man just snores. Like that's just the default button, right? Crystal says, I'm down 16 pounds, halfway to getting my reflex surgery. Congrats, Crystal. That's awesome. Jill, girl, you really want in this live. I'll turn it on. I will add you. That is your second request tonight. I'll hit the button. We can let everybody see what you're like in bed. All right, so that was our first coat of I'm Your Dingleberry. Jill says, remind me to tell you a story about Sarah from Cupcake and my parents' adjustable bed. Oh my gosh, I can only imagine. That's going to be absolutely hilarious. All right, let's go back and do our second coats. Jill says, I'm so sorry. Those two together are fire. Yes. Ooh, they really are pretty next together, aren't they? Monica's laughing at it. I mean, Jill, I'm telling you, if you want in here, I will let you in. All right, let's do our second coat of our Sassy. Monica says Jill really wants to join. I'm telling you. She hits it a third time, y'all, and I'm accepting it. It's going to happen. All right. Back to Sassy Sauce's Thermal, which is Rosé the Night Away. Its description is on a paper that I just lost. Is a purple cold to orange red gold green shimmer warm with black and ghost flakies to twinkle the night away. This one is going to be $13.50 with a cap of $500. Let's do our second coat, and then when it dries at the very end, we'll do our water dips. I have learned my lesson. I can't do them in the middle because I end up getting my background wet and then this gets wet and y'all, it's just a mess. So we do dippies at the very end for my sanity. Here is our second coat, which definitely added to the coverage. Definitely full coverage in 2 coats. And you can see that beautiful shimmer just really got enhanced on that second one. Jill says, I refuse to turn the heat on, so a bajillion blankets in my hands typing look like tiny hands. My heat has been on for weeks. I hate the cold. We dropped down to 24 last night before the wind chill. Tonight it's supposed to be 23. Yeah, no. I have the heat on. I have been taking baths. I haven't turned on the electric fireplace in the living room, but I'm sure that's any day now too. And I already have the electric blanket on our bed. I hate being cold. Absolutely hate it. Crystal says LOL. Maria sent a fire. Yes, it is so shifty and glowy. And then those flakes dance on there. Monica, it's like 32 here. Heat is on. Yes. Yeah. There's no reason to be cold. Jill says, yeah, it's insane. So cold. Yeah. Nope. I refuse to have the temperature of my house not be what I want it. I have that control. When I go to other people's house, I deal with whatever they have, but I refuse to be uncomfortable in my own house. Ugh. Super, super pretty. All right. I will give you a label shot. We will do another label shot when we do our transition at the end in dipping. But here is if I can hold things properly. Here is a label shot of 2 coats of Rosé the Night Away from Sassy Sauce in its cold state. Jill says beautiful. Yeah, it's so pretty. All right, now let's go back into our Envy Lacquer, which is We Are Fucked. This one is a red jelly base with black and red shifting flakies. Chris says, ooh, I like that one. Are we talking about Sassy here? Because it's really pretty. Or are we already on to our Envy? Because it's really pretty too. Again, I'm not so much a red person. It's just not my bag. I do think this is really pretty, and I think the black flakies just add extra depth in there to it. And I don't know how I just stuck my hand into the bottle, but we did that. Now it's a super extra live. And then you can see those glowing, shifty flakies too in this. It is a jelly. I think we're totally opaque in 2, but it has that like squishy, fun vibe to it, like almost wet look. Jill says, I just can't pay a $600 electric bill. It's so expensive for electric heat in Connecticut. Same. I know everyone's electric has gone up. It's absurd. I will say that our furnace was just a few years old when we bought this house, so that helps with the efficiency level of it, that it is a nice new furnace. But yeah, we have vaulted ceilings in the upstairs. We also have a tuck under garage, which is insulated, but still keeps some bedrooms cooler. So yeah, we definitely have some things fighting against us, but I can't be cold. I can't. Crystal says, yes, the Sassy. Yes, the Sassy is super shifty and pretty. Jen says, dude, it really is a killer. The price is agreed. And Jill said, I just can't. It's too much. I get it. Monica says, whew, that's crazy. Yeah, prices are crazy on electric, and they're not dropping anytime soon. Jill, the shop has gas, thank God, but 12-foot ceilings. Yeah, yep, heat in them big old rooms. I wanted vaulted ceilings for Christmas trees, and I'm like, man, it takes forever to heat up now. Just as it's horrible. It really is. All right, here is your 2 coats of Envy Lacquers. We Are Fucked. Now, this one does have a bunch of flakies in it, and I can see the way it's drying down. You're gonna want a layer of glitter grabber or smoother or whatever your favorite glitter topper is before top coat. I feel like I want to get that just a little more centered. There we go. I'm going to sneeze, y'all. Woo! Whew. I was trying so hard not to sneeze until after we got the shot, and I just couldn't hold it. Jen says, I need this one for the name alone. I agree. It cracked me up. I feel like her November offering, it was Die Mad, I think is what it was. So it made me chuckle too. I also really am curious what band the album art of this is from, because she says it's inspired by the album art of We Are Fucked. But I don't know what that is, so I need to look it up. Thank you, Monica. She said, bless you. Jen says, not to mention, I love a good red and black flakies. I know you love your black flakies. This is really pretty. Again, red's not super my vibe. I don't know if I showed y'all the opacity on 2 coats. Red's not usually my thing. I do think this is very pretty. I love the added contrast with the black flakes and the shifty flakies in there too, but Crystal says the red is good too. Jen says, I'm gonna go look, BRB. Yes. Jen, you're the MVP here. All right. We're going on to our second coat of Glisten Glow's Ice Castles. Its description was a smoky blue base jelly loaded with shimmer that shifts purple, light pink, and yellow, and green at extreme angles. We're going to get our second coat here. Jill says it's a mixture of flakes is nice. Yes, I like that it's got the black flakes, but then it also has the she doesn't call them UCC flakes. They remind me of the unicorn flakes, so they pick up the red and the orange in them. All right, here is our second coat of Glisten Glow's Ice Castle. Very, very shifty. Definitely opaque in 2 coats. Gives me frosty winter vibes with it. Beautiful. You can see that purple, pink, and then the yellow at the edge. If we force it, we might be able to get the green. It's kind of hard in these super direct lights. Very glowy. Crystal says that's pretty. It is, again, definitely opaque into a very pretty shade. Jill says, I love mine and the LynB together. Yes, I think Frida mentioned that, or maybe it was Crystal, of them next to each other. I think they really are pretty together. I feel like you got like day winter and night winter with them. Monica says, I need that, Jill. It will be available for polish pickup December 5th through the 8th. Wishlisting starts on the 30th of this month. Hi, Becky. Welcome, welcome. And pricing. I think I missed that on the Envy as well. So the Envy Lacquer is going to be $13 with a cap of $300, and the Glisten Glow is going to be $13.50 with a to be announced cap, but Jill said around $200. And Jen came back. Okay, so there are multiple bands with that album name. So, okay. Yeah, well, I guess, did any of them look, did we see some album covers, Jen? Did any of them look like this one? We're turning into detectives here. Also, because I am so early on doing these swatches, but again, with the holidays, due dates are a little bit sooner than typical. The sneak peeks spoilers thread hasn't even been posted in polish pickup for next month yet, since this month's polish pickup just ended last night, but I'm pretty sure she tries to put her inspo pics in there too. I'm not positive. Jill says, oh my god. And Monica, is polish pickup like a club kind of thing? How do I get in with the cool kids? You just go to polishpickup.com, which is it's a website that accumulates or combines. It brings a lot of brands in together so you can shop all at once. Polish Pickup has a theme for all makers. Last month was mood rings and emotions. This next month is just maker's choice, but you just go to polishpickup.com, and like I said, Wishlisting starts on November 30th. So that's when all the new items will be up and able to look at and then add them to your wish list. And then December 5th through the 8th is when you can actually shop. It's a pre-order. They take 4 to 6 weeks for items to fully get to you because they have to sell, and then they give their numbers to makers of, oh, you sold 300, and then Jill will have to bottle them all up, ship them Polish Pickup's website or to their warehouse. Polish Pickup wraps them, ships them off to you. So it's a whole thing, but you can just go to polishpickup.com and find the polishes for that month. There's also a Facebook group which posts spoilers and swatches and all that stuff, so you can keep an eye on what's coming too. Jill says, oh my god, you've never ordered from PPU. Frida says, just bring a lot of money. Yes, Monica, it is definitely a big spender because there are so many good brands and just brands in general in one spot. So instead of having to go to Glisten Glow's website and order one, and LynB's website and order one, and Sassy Sauces and Envy individually, you can buy them all from one place. So it just takes longer to get them because they have to be made and then shipped to the warehouse and then shipped to you. Jill says, Monica, I'm shocked. Jen says, nope, can't tell by images. All right, well, that's okay, Jen. I'm sure she'll post the inspo. Monica says, no, I haven't. Jill says, I legit fell out of my chair. Oh my God, happy to help with any info about PPU also. Monica says, ha, Frida. Thanks, Jill. Always straight from your website. Yeah. So Ice Castles will be available on the Polish Pickup website December 5th through the 8th for $13.50, and then a cap is still to be determined, but Jill said potentially around $200. So there it is. Y'all don't know. I truly don't remember if I did a label shot. So we're going to do that. There's your label shot of Ice Castles in 2 coats. Monica says, you mean you fell out of bed? Becky says, PPU can be dangerous. Yes, it can. I won't even lie, y'all. I try not even to get on there. I did really good last month. I only ordered a stamping plate, but I try very hard not to get in any of the sale boxes because I can't think of the word, It gets me too. It gets me too. I can't think of the word I want, y'all. I'm not oblivious. Oblivious is not the word. I don't know. Anyways, all those sales get me. Despite all the polish I have, y'all, those sales still get me too. Excuse me. Jill says, Monica, I went downstairs because I couldn't hear Chelsea over Jared snores. Oh my gosh, I'm going to pick on him so much about that. Because y'all know I ain't quiet. I am not quiet, and I definitely talk a lot. So if Jill can't hear me over that snoring, it's got to be up there. All right, let's get our second coat of LynB's offering. Jen says, I just want to vent real quick. It took 4 hours to upload an 11-minute 4K video. Oh gosh, no thank you. That's yucky. Where were you uploading it, Jen? All right, LynB's offering is I'm Your Dingleberry, which is the blackened plum base with blue to purple shifting shimmer. This one's going to be $13.50, and it will not have a cap, so you'll be unlimited in your purchases. You don't have to get there as soon as the website opens for this one. Frida, same. The only way I can not buy is not to look, and I have no self-control. Yep, I get it. To YouTube? Jen, where do you upload your stuff from? I personally found recently that, now I don't think that I upload in 4K. I will say that because I just upload from my iPhone. But I have had issues with it not uploading properly from the phone or from the app on my iPad, the YouTube Studio app. I actually go through my web browser to the YouTube website and upload from there, and I find it so much easier to actually get it to do what I need it to do, and then uploading is faster in my opinion. The only problem I have there is that it wants to do a vertical photo instead of a horizontal for my cover photo. So once it's uploaded, I go through the Studio app on my phone to get the photo uploaded properly. Like I just edit and change the cover photo really fast. But I have found using the website versus the app to be easier, in my opinion. Of course, again, I don't think I'm doing 4K. And mine is just, I downloaded this onto the iPad and then send it from the iPad there. So here is your second coat of I'm Your Dingleberry. I still love this name. I still think it's hilarious. Jill says you would go downstairs too. Yes. Yeah, so I'm not sure, Jen. That's crazy to me. I mean, I've had some of my like 3-hour lives take longer, but since I started using the website, I don't think I've had anything take longer than like 15 minutes to upload. So I'm not sure. Look at how glowy this is, and I still agree it looks really pretty with Glisten Glows. They're very much winter polishes. We are super opaque in 2 coats, no doubt about it, and it is just really, really glowy. I think this one matted is going to look like satin. It's beautiful. Let's get a label shot. Y'all, my throat. Jen says, it happens to me once in a great while. I think it's the 4K. It could be. I mean, that makes it a big file size, so it makes sense that that would take longer to upload, but geez, that took forever. All right, here is your 2 coats of LynB's I'm Your Dingleberry. And then before everyone runs off, we still need to show our Sassy Sauce in its hot state. Also, don't forget that Glisten Glow is going to have their glitter grabber and their cuticle remover and oil duo available. The oil is scented in Candy Cane. Both of those are going to be available this month. The duo is $12.50 with no cap, and the glitter grabber is, I believe, $10. I lost my paper. Yeah, it's $10 with no cap. So don't forget, you can also grab those from Polish Pickup next month too, or as well. Let's zoom out a little bit here so I can get the waters. We have our ice water on the left. And, oh yes, she's still nice and warm from sitting on the mug warmer. We have our hot water on the right. I'm going to turn you guys just a little bit so you can see. All right, so Sassy Sauce Rosé The Night Away. It is our thermal. Jill says, thanks, Chelsea, you're amazing. Can't wait to see thermal. I'm very excited too. And I didn't forget to do it. Again, this is going to be purple in its cold state to orange, red, gold, green shimmer when warm with black and ghost flakies to twinkle the night away. This one is $13.50 with a cap of 500. We're going to dip the whole thing in our cold water over here just to make sure we are nice and set in that state. Very pretty, very shifty. And then over into our hot. Yes, so we go to more of that clear state, but you see that beautiful background shimmer and it just glows. Oh, I hate being zoomed out like this. I know we have to for that, but like it just doesn't focus the same. All right. So I'm going to do it again. I know you can't see both dishes, but like it's just the easiest way. Like it doesn't focus when we're not zoomed in. So there it is in 2 coats. Now, because of the shimmer, I think it still makes it opaque in 2. I think it'll hide any visible nail line. Let's give it just a little bit more spacing there. Yeah, very pretty. It's very glowy with that black flakes in it too. Gorgeous. Monica says, how cool is that? I love thermals. You cannot convince me that thermals are not literal magic. I'm going to do another dip over here into the half and half so we can get y'all a label shot. It's not always easy to fit everything on the screen here, but we are gonna make it work. Hi, Laura. We are finishing up showing some polish pickup offerings for next month for December. This right here is Rosé the Night Away. It is a thermal from Sassy Sauce Polish. We just dipped it in our cold and hot water, so that is its transition state there in 2 coats. I got my label wet, but it was worth it, y'all. All right, so that is everything. We're going to do just another tip up there. So there are the 4 polishes I had to show y'all tonight. You have Envy Lacquers, We Are Fucked, Glisten Glow's Ice Castles, LynB's I'm Your Dingleberry, and Sassy Sauce Rosé the Night Away. All 4 of those are going to be available at Polish Pickup's website December 5th through the 8th with wishlisting starting on November 30th. Jen says, that's beautiful, isn't it? It's so shifty and shimmery. Gorgeous. I'm gonna flip y'all around and we will chat for just a second and then I will let y'all go. I can hear Kevin prepping dinner, which I am very excited for. Crystal says all gorgeous. Yes, they are. Really pretty stuff. I'm digging the LynB vibes with the Glisten Glow. Like they're just super pretty and they complement each other really well too. Frida says nice selection. Of course, that is just a very tip of what will be offered on Polish Pickup's website. There are so many brands. I couldn't even like guess on how many brands are available each month. I'm gonna say 50 to 70. I don't really know. Those are just numbers I pulled out. And I just have 4. So if you want to see other swatches and lives like this, stay tuned. I know that Lacquer to Lashes Latanya does it. And then you have YouTubers like Mercedes. She does a whole lineup with them. And my brain's not working. I can see her nails in my head. Something cuticles. Why, y'all, I can't, my brain's not working. Jill says about 50-ish. And yes, she loves hers and LynB's together. Monica says these lives are so much fun. They really are fun. Caitlin swatches, she does some too. It's not who I'm thinking of, and I can see her. She has a blog. I don't know if she YouTubes. She does a lot with like Fandom Flakies. She does a ton of polish pickup, and I can see her nails so clearly in my head, and I can't think of her name. But there are tons of other wonderful swatchers out there who do lives and videos of all of this stuff, so just stay tuned for that. Trisha does amazing stuff too. She is the Polished Mage over on YouTube as well. Lisa, that's it, Jen. That's it, Jill. You got it. Is Lisa? Yes. Lisa has a blog and she does some amazing, amazing swatches too. So there are tons of people out there you can follow and keep an eye on for all of the brands out there. Again, those are the bigger ones who get a lot of the brand's offerings. So definitely go check out some people. If you just follow Polish Pickup's Instagram here, you can find a lot of those swatchers and follow them on theirs through it, and such. So But thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. I hope that your week has been pretty good already. I know it's only Tuesday, so here's hoping, fingers crossed, that the rest of your week is amazing. I think I will be seeing you again this week. I'm not sure. I feel like we're getting into that mid part of the month, which has a lot of things that I have to open to then meet the due dates at the end of the month. So you will may or may not see me again this week, maybe this weekend for sure. But yeah, Jill's is a wonderful community. It really, really is. There are tons of amazing swatchers out there. So definitely follow the brand pages and you can find some more amazing, talented swatchers to follow as well. Jill says, thank you, Chelsea. You're a delight always. Thanks. I'm sorry that you had to get out of bed. I hope you stayed warm. Crystal says, has a great night, everyone. And Frida says, welcome to the rabbit hole. Yes. Jen says, good night, y'all. Yes. On that note, I will see all of y'all in the next one. Bye.